Halo, witam w Irlandii. U Patryka, bo ma szyld wywieszony od tej strony. Gadaliśmy z tymi chłopami na temat tego Fitzgeralda.
Hey! Hello there again, mister.
Czekajcie, sobie trochę przyciszę.
Can you tell me anything about the castle on the hill? Oh, I don't know much about anything. You should ask Mr. O'Brien here. He just joined up writing. Would you be one of them history fellas yourself?
Trochę ja.
That's right. Professor Stobart, Miskatonic University.
You're an archaeologist, and you're asking us about the castle.
Excuse me, Mr. O'Brien. The gentleman was talking to me. How come you didn't leave with the others?
I didn't know they'd gone.
Oh, yes. Packed their spades and shovels and away they went.
Seems I missed all the excitement.
What excitement?
Dobre pytanie.
Do you remember seeing Sean Fitzgerald at the dig?
Let me see now. I think me brain box needs a spot of lubrication.
Okej, no to skoro nas stać...
Can I buy you a drink?
You most certainly can.
Give me a drink for my friend here.
Who, Doyle? Has he conned you into buying for him? Shame on you, Patrick. Same again.
Just a point this time, Michael.
1 point of brown coming up.
Do you remember Sean Fitzgerald now?
I can picture the scene as if it was only last week. Come to think of it, it was only last week. Fitzgerald was there all right. Him and a bunch of students. He was speaking with the boss man.
Ta bossman. Co to jest?
What do you think of this towel?
Now, there's a fine piece of cloth if ever I did see one. Such craft must surely come from linen cupboards of the Vatican itself.
Do you recognize the man in this photograph?
It's a handsome mug on that fella, to be sure. Is he a film star?
A killer. Okej, to chyba wszystko, co możemy
Bye for
z nim
now.
pogadać o tym. Wracamy do Hopa. Ziomuś.
Mr. Fitzgerald? Doyle told me you definitely worked at the dig. He's seen you there. You might as well admit it.
I knew this would happen. I knew I'd get caught.
I need to talk to Professor Pegram, if he's still alive.
What do you mean? Is he in danger?
Yeah, you too, if I'm right.
You're not from the Social Security.
Hell no. What makes you think that?
Well, I was claiming benefit at the same time I was working for Pegram.
I'm not in a position to make judgments, Sean. That's between you and your conscience. All I want is to talk to Pegram about the gem.
But he's not here.
I know that. But he left that package with you, didn't he? So where did Pegram go?
I don't know. I swear it. He came to see me early this morning. Said he was leaving. He asked me to give this package to a guy called Marquet.
Show me what's in the package, Sean.
I can't do that.
Why not?
I promised the professor.
So what? You didn't have any qualms about your benefit scam. So where's the harm in taking a peek inside Pegram's package?
You don't know these people. I can't. I don't dare.
This is your last chance to show me the package, Fitzgerald. I've been patient with you, but now it's time to kick ass.
But he'll kill me.
Who will?
The man from Paris. Jack Marquet. Pegram told me if I gave him the package unopened, I'd hear no more about it. But if I double-crossed Marquet, I'd be dead.
I'll deal with Jacques Marquet. Give the package to me.
No. Why should I trust you? I don't know who to trust anymore. I wish I'd never even heard of the Lochmarn gem.
Of the what?
Hey, I just seen a big red...
Get out of here, Maguire. Come back when you're old enough.
What's the lad howling about?
A big red sports car. Sean Fitzgerald's been runned over.
Get out! Noisy little tyke.
Maybe you should send out some medicinal brandy maker.
Oh, yes. And who's going to pay for it?
Not me.
Me too, neither.
Okej, to sam pójdę zobaczyć trupa. Gdzie jest rozjechany?
I was telling the truth about Fitzy, mister.
Okay, calm down. Now tell me what happened.
I was standing here, minding me own business, when I saw this beautiful red sports car coming up over the hill. Would you look at that, says I, and I going over to take a closer look. Next thing, Fitzy comes tearing out of the pub and nearly knocks me on my ass, but the car just flies at him. It was too fast for poor old Fitzy, and hit him an awful wallop. He goes flying up on top. Jesus, says I thought he was a goner. Next thing, the driver hops out, and I couldn't believe my eyes. He was dressed like a bloody pixie.
Okej, wiemy kto to jest. Był ubrany za Seamusa. To nasz kumpel Kan. Okej, i no, najwyraźniej mam podążać za tym co widziałem, a nie za tym co mi powiedział, czyli że tutaj pod spodem powinien leżeć ten kryształ.
I tugged at the trapdoor, but it was locked from the inside.
Lokmorski kryształ.
I pushed the switch down, but in doing so it snapped off in my hand.
Ojoj.
It was impossible to return the switch to its original position.
Potrzebuję jakiegoś narzędzia. Nie. Maguire. Spodermanie.
Hey, Maguire,
What?
Powiedz mi o tym Seamusie.
did this pixie have a scar on his cheek?
I couldn't see. He was wearing a stupid mask. Are you a special agent?
Sorry to disappoint you, kid, but I'm not. Did Fitzgerald drop anything when he was hit?
I didn't see. It all happened so fast.
Maybe the package fell somewhere out of sight. Have you ever seen this man before?
What a slimy character.
Jak to nie? Przecież dopiero co pan Pixie tutaj był z identyczną mordą.
Okay, mister.
Trzeba się
It
jakoś
was a trap
dostać do
door in
muru.
the sidewalk.
Bossman.
Top of the morning to you.
I beg your pardon.
Well, that's what you Irish say, isn't it?
Do you want something? Or are you just flaunting your xenophobia?
Well, I was trying to be sociable.
Is it a room you're after?
Tak.
That's not a bad idea. Do you have a vacancy?
I could, if you don't mind waiting until the last guest checks out.
No problem. When will that be?
When the undertaker comes to collect him.
To sobie jeszcze poczekam.
Have you served any, clowns recently?
No, you're the first today.
I'll try a glass of beer, please.
Is this your first pint of real ale?
Well, I guess so. What's real ale, anyhow?
Beer that's brewed from natural ingredients to traditional methods. It shouldn't be kept under pressure or refrigerated. And finally, it should have a good body and distinctive character.
In other words, it's flat and worn with bits in, and it makes you fall over.
I'm sorry, but the pump appears to be broken.
I could fix it for you.
I don't think so. This is a job for a professional electrician. Oh well, at least the glass washer is still working. It's not my dear, is it?
A patrz co ja tu mam, to moja wizytówka.
It just so happens I'm an electrician. Check out my credentials.
Well, no. Isn't that marvellous? Here's a house bedeviled with faulty wiring of a wayward nature. Here's you, an electric man, with a little plastic card to prove it. I still want to see what you can do before I let you touch me beer pumps. You can make a start on the glass washer. And when you've finished that, will you take a look at the pumps?
Okej, zajmijmy się. Nie powinno być trudne, co nie?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong with the machine. I figured it must be the wiring.
Co to by...
I couldn't see any.
Wszedł, wyszedł. Nie mam czegoś, czego mógłbym użyć? A, mogę to popieścić. Nie?
I used all my knowledge of electrical engineering to examine the plug. It was an electrical plug attached to the glass washer.
Czy on musi wejść i wyjść za każdym razem?
I couldn't see anything obviously wrong.
Nic tu więcej nie ma. Ja narzędzi nie posiadam. Mogę mu zdzielić? A jemu może mogę zdzielić?
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
Here's something which might interest you.
It doesn't.
Do you know a man called Pegram?
Indeed I do. Are you a friend of his, by any chance?
Oh no, I'm just trying to track him down.
Me too. That son of a bitch should be locked away.
Did Pegram stay here?
Yes, he did. 6 nights plus breakfast.
Does this tissue mean anything to you?
That's disgusting.
Uh-huh. I found it in the sewers.
Well, what's the idea of waving it around in my face? You're worse than old Ron. Put it away, man.
Look, I gotta be going.
Okej. Ten gość ma drut. Może wsadzę do
Hello
kontaktu.
again.
What?
If I was a woman, I wouldn't think much of a wire necklace.
It's not made for a woman. I've got my sights on tastier dishes than women. Flesh as smooth and tender as a maiden's. Bones as soft and white as a newborn babe's. Rabbit, lad. That's what gets my juices flowing.
W sumie. Ale bym bardzo potrzebował tego narzędzia.
Hey, would you like to shake my... no, on second thought, forget it. Could you use this towel?
I could, but it wouldn't be much use for anything else.
What does this matchbook mean to you?
Nothing. Go away and stop bothering me.
A,
I'll see you later.
okej, on kładzie ten drucik. O, i teraz go mogę zabrać.
As soon as the old guy looked away, I grabbed this piece of wire.
I teraz mogę go wsadzić do kontaktu.
I replaced the fuse with a piece of wire. I knew it was dangerous, but I was desperate enough to disregard everything I knew about standard safety precautions. Excuse me, Mr. Leary. I fixed your glass washer, no problem.
Bingo! And a blessing to all the saints. A free half-pint to that man on the house. Now, could you take a look at the beer pumps?
Well, I guess so, but I'm not making any promises.
If you can't fix them, I'll have a riot on me hands.
The pumps are in the cellar, right?
That's right. You'll find a flashlight down there somewhere.
Okej. Mógł powiedzieć, że musi jak najszybciej zdobyć nowy bezpiecznik.
I pushed the lever and heard the grating of metal, but nothing appeared to happen.
Może jeszcze raz?
I pulled the lever and the bolt creaked back into place. It was the lever which locked the trap door. I pushed the lever and heard the...
Nic tu więcej zrobić nie mogę, czyli nie mam najmniejszej ochoty naprawiać mu tych pomp.
trap door, and an overpowering smell of stale beer rose from the cellar below. I looked down on a stone-tiled floor, way too far to jump.
Mr.
Excuse
Khan.
me.
There was a nasty feeling in my guts I usually associated with light opera. It was Khan. What's the problem?
Did you see what happened here a few minutes ago?
What was that?
A man was involved in an unfortunate accident.
I didn't see anything.
What about the boy?
He doesn't know anything either. The kid, well, you know how it is in these rural communities. Not enough genes to go round. I prayed McGuire had the sense to keep his mouth shut. Was the guy hurt bad?
He's been taken care of, but he thinks he dropped a small parcel. You didn't happen to find it, did you?
If I had, I would have taken it to the police.
Of course. Thank you.
Co nie? Nie mogę się doczekać zostać
It was
skosiorowanym,
impossible to return the
jak
switch
będę
to its
stąd
original
wychodził.
position.
Chyba że na serio sobie poszedł i nic tu nie ma zamiaru zrobić. Coś tu jeszcze jest? Nie, to jest koniec. Ej, to jest napisane, że McDavids, a w środku jest, że Patricks. Zdecydujcie się. Otworzyłem kratkę i co mi to właściwie dało?
Now I could see. I spotted Mr. Leary's flashlight easily. Then I noticed a flash of light. Something sparkling beneath the open trap door. It was Peagram's gem, all right. A large, uncut blue stone. I guess I was already under its spell.
Did you find it?
What?
Whatever you was looking for.
Yeah. Listen, McGuire. I want you to keep this to yourself.
No problemo. Just chuck us up a crate of lager.
No way. You're not old enough.
We can sell it and make some cash.
Forget it, kid. I couldn't betray Mr. Leary's trust.
I could, for sure. That old misery guts deserves it.
If you want to do me a favor, keep a lookout for that guy in the suit.
Okay. But it'll cost you a packet of chips.
Oh, and shout if you see that Ferrari.
Ej, patrzcie, Amogus. Jaki bardzo sus.
The faucet creaked, coughed, and spewed out a stream of rusty-colored water. I shut off the faucet as tight as I could, but it kept on dripping.
Problem z uszczelką. Może umyj w końcu tą chusteczkę. Nie? Taką lubisz? Okej.
The slow drip of water barely dampened the towel.
A, muszę odkręcić, dopiero wtedy nalać wody na ręczniczek. No tu jest kolejny Amogus. Po co ja to robię?
I held the towel under the faucet and soaked it with water. It was a rectangle of toweling printed with the words, Nagopolian stout builds body. The towel was soaked through with water. I shut off the faucet.
Hej, tutaj nie ma wcale żadnej maszyny.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir?
I found your flashlight.
So I see it. You'd better keep hold of that until you fix the pumps.
Dobra.
May I borrow this towel?
Sure you can, on one condition.
What's that?
You keep it away from old Ron.
Who's Ron?
That's him in the corner, with the hygiene problem.
Nie jestem pewien, co to znaczy, ale okej.
Look, I gotta be going.
Okej. Co ja jeszcze... Czy ja czegoś nie rozumiem? Czy ja na serio mam to zostawić i sobie stąd pójść? Tak, na to wygląda. To idziemy na zamek. A co to za Heyman?
Hi, do you speak English?
Well, no. What if I was to say no? An implication of cognizance shrouded in denial. A pretty poser of a paradox indeed.
I gave him the look I'd perfected when I was
Quite
12
thoughtful.
and was going to be the greatest hypnotist of all time. It was a killer.
Are you attempting to hypnotize me, or is it the constipation you're suffering?
I was a little out of practice. Did you happen to see a red sports car down on the road?
I caught a glimpse of a flash of red on the hill and heard the racket. Sure, it was an awful noise. A sports car, you say?
A Ferrari, to be exact.
A racing car? And what was it doing here? The poor fella
Killing
must
people.
have been lost.
The driver of the Ferrari was involved in an accident.
Is that so?
Yeah, he knocked somebody down outside the bar.
What an idiot! How could a thing like that happen?
He was traveling too fast.
So fast, he ran right under the car?
I mean, the car was traveling too fast.
But you'd have thought the idiot could have heard it coming.
W sumie to prawda.
Maybe you know the guy who was hit by the Ferrari. His name is Sean Fitzgerald.
Oh, I know him all right. That's me nephew, the idiot responsible for the stacking of my hay cart. Was he killed by the car?
Oh no, but he has been abducted.
Well, that's a relief now.
Aren't you going to look for your nephew?
What for? From what you say, it's too late.
Well, you could report the matter to the police.
Better not. Besides, what could they do?
Well, they could mount a search.
They have only the one bicycle between them. In a question of superior acceleration, I put me money on the Ferrari.
Heh.
I think you ought to know exactly what Sean has gotten himself into.
I'm not sure I want to know.
But you're his uncle, his own flesh and blood.
You're right, but what can I do? If I'm not here to guard it, some idiot might try to climb the haystack. What a moral dilemma. Stay here and guard this potentially lethal agricultural construction, or to go off in search of the prodigal nephew, the very man responsible for said hazard? It'll need some thinking about.
Why, there's no problem.
You're right. Why didn't I think of it before? We'll demolish the haystack.
Dobrze, dam ci moje narzędzie.
Does this tool mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't. Is it used on sheep?
No, it's for lifting the covers off drains.
Never. How?
Well, the end of the tool fits into the hole in the cover.
They'd slip out. Angles are wrong. You'd never do it.
I have. I did it in Paris.
Nie no, zarąbiście.
What can you tell me about the castle?
Not much, I'm sorry to say. Most of its history is long forgotten. Ah, but if these old stones could only speak, what stories they'd tell. Stories to make your toes curl and your blood run cold. You know, this castle is said to be over 600 years old.
To relatywnie niewiele.
Have you seen Professor Pegram?
No, he's packed up and gone.
Do you happen to know where?
Back in England, I suppose.
You don't have to demolish the haystack to go look for Sean. I'll stay here in your place and warn anyone who's silly enough to climb it.
Marvellous! I think I should start me inquiries in the bar.
He strode off in the direction of McDevitt's bar, leaving me to contemplate the stack of hay.
Jest bardzo piękny. Nie stuk siana, tylko no cokolwiek to jest. Jest gigantyczne. W sumie widziałem większe.
The stack of hay stopped, short of the top of the wall. Even if I stretched as far as I could, the wall was out of reach. What I needed was a slice or two of Alice's Wonderland. I pushed my fingers into the narrow crack. It went back several inches into the rock.
Mamy narzędzie.
I inserted the end of the lifting key in the mortarless crack and gave it a firm shove. It remained lodged in the wall, jutting out to form a step.
To tylko jeden step. Ale starczyło. O, słyszałem, że ta zagadka jest bardzo bystra. Przekonamy się w kolejnym odcinku, bo ten jest taki okej. Nauczyliśmy się dzisiaj o szkodliwości aut. Mam nadzieję, że wszyscy o tym zapamiętają. Auta zabijają. No, to ten. Widzimy się w następnym, tego i z Bogiem.